All right, well, thank you everybody for coming. We really appreciate it. On behalf of Sweda, we'd like to say thank you for all your support with our Basecamp brand. Later on, Kelly will introduce the winner. Beautiful picture right there of Scott. But certainly we probably wouldn't be where we are if we didn't have the support of Dan, Warrior Spirit Retreat. He's a great ambassador, not only for us, but for everything he stands for. So thank you on behalf of Sweda. Thank you for coming. Everybody hear me? Kinda? Yeah. All right, so there we go. All right, so once again, just thank you for coming today. On behalf of Sweda, we'd like to say thank you to all of our customers for the support of the Basecamp brand, specifically towards Dan and Warrior Spirit Retreat. And Kelly has some exciting news as to where that's going. So with no further ado.
Hi everyone, you can hear me now, right? We have some really wonderful news with our partner Dan and what he's been able to do to help our Basecamp brand grow. Couple things you should know about this handsome guy I'm standing next to here. First of all, he's a retired staff sergeant in the United States Army, but he makes his rounds around the United States doing a lot of things, being on CBS Morning, Good Morning America. He's been side by side with our president, representing the Wounded Warrior Project. He hangs with the ladies from The View. He recently was with Mark Wahlberg at the F45 fitness clubs, working out with Mark Wahlberg, which was pretty amazing. And you know what? And when you Google Dan Nevins or go on to YouTube Dan Nevins, you're going to see all of the things that he does around the country, supporting Warrior Spirit Retreat and supporting the WWP. But this year, January 1, we've made a transition. The check that Dan's going to receive today is for his Warrior Spirit Retreat. But we've had this wonderful, wonderful meeting and new partnership with the Wounded Warrior Project, which Dan is a spokesperson for the Wounded Warrior Project. And through that, their Odyssey program, his dream of the $1.6 million Warrior Spirit Retreat in St. Augustine on the St. Johns River will be built. So he goes from, he grows his touch with warriors, and Sweda will grow our touch with warriors from 500 warriors a year to 100,000 warriors a year. So we are in the transition period of putting all of our marketing touches to our products, from saying that we support the Warrior Spirit Retreat. We will now put that we are supporting with a minimum of $100,000 to Wounded Warrior Project, with Dan Nevins being our spokesperson through the Wounded Warrior Project. Now, there's a little even kicker to that. We've recently hit some nice connections in the retail market. In addition to a minimum of $100,000 in the promotional products side of the business, 2% of all wholesale retail sales will also go to the Wounded Warrior Project. So we are so excited and so grateful that in 2016, this man came into my life and Sweda's life. This is our 4th anniversary. Hundreds of dollars have gone to the Warrior Spirit Retreat, to Dan, to thousands and thousands of dollars of product that he's given to his warriors that he has worked with in his days, his week retreats. So it's been an extraordinary partnership. We're very grateful for your support of Basecamp, because without your support, we can't give Dan this money. And it's so important to Dan, so important to the warriors, and helping them through all of the wounds that war and their families go through. So it's, and he recently had a retreat in the Coronado, Hotel del Coronado in San Diego, and it was our first time literally watching from start to finish what this man does and how it affects these warriors who come in and they're very quiet, they don't talk to anybody, their wives are very timid and their children are with them, and afterwards, after he's done, the wives are going up to Dan and saying, thank you for giving my family back. Thank you for bringing my husband back. I can't tell you how much he's needed this. So we are gonna give Dan a little check, and our VP of Finance, Gina Lintan, will be giving him that check. And then we're gonna let Dan talk to you about this transition.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks, Jim. Thanks to all the Sweda family. Like, really, without the impact that you make, well, you guys buy it. Without the impact that you make, what I've been able to do with Warrior Spirit Retreat wouldn't happen. And I'm so absolutely, incredibly, profoundly grateful that we were able to put this partnership together with Wounded Warrior Project. Because like Kelly said, instead of serving hundreds of warriors a year, and Kelly, your numbers are a little off, Wounded Warrior Project serves over 170,000 warriors and families every day through programs that change and save lives. So I'm so grateful to actually have been able to been a part to put that together. Wounded Warrior Project was the organization that made all the difference for me and intervened at my hospital bedside when my whole world was turned upside down. And it's because of that organization that I'm actually able to do the work that I do today. So for me, this 2020, yeah, it's a new decade and it's a new beginning, but it's like going back home for me. Because Wounded Warrior Project is always near and dear to my heart. I have no tattoos, which is weird for an Army guy, but I have one sticker that is always on my prosthetic. It's the closest thing I have to a tattoo, and it's always been there and it will always be there, and that's of one warrior carrying another off the battlefield, the logo of Wounded Warrior Project. And so as I look at it, right, the logo, when I first got hurt, that was me being carried off the battlefield, and I instantly connected to it, related to it, and I had never heard of that organization before, neither had very many other people. But what I learned is that I ultimately could go from being the warrior being carried to the warrior on the bottom carrying other warriors. And that's what I got to do with Warrior Spirit Retreat, and what I will still be able to do with Warrior Spirit Retreat in a much bigger and better way thanks to this new partnership. And I want to say that all of you, Jim, Kelly, the whole team, all of you are now the warrior on the bottom. So thank you. What you're doing is making a real difference in the world and in the lives of our warriors and families that desperately need it. So I'm so grateful to accept this check that will be put to very good use, and I'll be even here with bigger smiles next year when that check goes to this organization that is making a huge impact in the world. So thank you. Bigger and better. This is the real one. Deep in the pocket.
Don't lose that. I know.